There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
What's up, people? It's Triple T in the building, live in full effect. Y'all know what time it is. Shawn, Castro, and FITO.
Time for what? Time for Infinity
And
War.
for spoiler talk.
Spoiler talk.
Bar none, we not holding anything back.
Look, spoiler warning. You know,
If you haven't seen the film, get out of here, man.
I don't know what you're doing here.
Why are you here?
You know, we got Infinity War, the biggest opening weekend of all time, 250 millions, and you're watching this video without seeing the movie, man. What are you doing, man?
Right. Go watch the film, IMAX,
come back.
Dolby Cinema, and come back.
And
if
come
you
back.
can't still see it on any theater screen that you can catch that you can afford, you ready to get straight to the business?
Yeah, man, let's get it.
From the get-go, they show you why Thanos is something serious. Why he's been the big baddie from the get-go. If you've seen Thor Ragnarok, you obviously have seen the ending. We assume that you've seen the ending, the last post-credit scene, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you see Sanctuary 2, which is Thanos' ship. So anyway, interrupt when you feel like it, because I don't want to hog it all. So you interject whenever you feel. Half the Asgardian crew is dead. Dead. Soon as it starts. The Ebony Maw, that's the ugly guy with the receding hairline. He's already talking crap. Basically.
Crap.
Yeah.
What you mean crap?
He's talking crap.
He look like very serious, man. Like, man, I'm a Thanos children, and this is salvation.
Not death, but salvation.
Salvation.
Even in death,
Even in death.
you are children of Thanos.
I guess that's a privilege, man.
What type of asshole is that? Even in death. Okay.
But it's good. So we got Ebony Maw talking in the beginning, you know, walking just in, you see all the bodies, and then you look Loki like, man, this is not looking good. And then you see more in front of you got Thanos, and if you look to the ground, you see Thor like beat up, like, oh man, this is bad.
Thanos is in this full gear too that you seen in
This is bad.
Gardens Volume 1 at first, and yes, it is bad. Though, like, the hammer's been put down on him, metaphorically speaking here. After that, what? He does that line in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Like, well, the end is here, or should I say, I'm here.
Right. I'm here.
And then you can see
clenches the gauntlet.
You can see he already had the power gem, so
and you can feel it. You also see the Black Order as well. There's 4 members of the crew as far as we know. I'm not sure if Nebula or Gamora was part of the Black Order, but for this film, we get his 4 children. Not sure, I don't think they're from him. I assume that all his children he has stolen.
exactly, yeah.
That's
Stole
not good.
thing.
He has taken. Approximate Midnight, Corvus Glaive, Black Dwarf, and the Ebony Maw, which is my favorite out the Black Order.
Ebony Maw. I thought your favorite was Curvis.
The name sounded cool. But after seeing the Ebony Maw, he's basically the best one out of all of them.
Wait.
Okay, so
All right, so Thanos is in the Asgardian ship, and he already got the Power Stone. He's looking for the Tesseract. Thor thought, you know, the Tesseract just got destroyed in Asgard, but no, you know, Loki have the Tesseract, and you know, Thanos threat with killing Thor. Loki just, hey, take the Tesseract, you know, whatever. Well, before that we got Hulk. We got a Hulk. That only lasts like for 10 seconds.
Well, Loki's the god of mischief, you know that. He kind of baffles with Thanos. He said, for one, I'm not an Asgardian. And for number two, we have the Hulk. And the Hulk comes in there. You know, look like he's smashing Thanos at first. You know, he's throwing his legs. You know, he powers up and all that.
Scream out loud.
You know, he throws, maybe 5 hits, maybe 5 or 7 hits. And then I think the Ebony Maw says, let him have his fun. Because Black Dwarf was about to get involved. The other big guy that you've seen in the trailer. And Ebony Maw stops him and said, look, let him have his fun.
Yeah, after that, you know, like, what?
I'm going to let you to the Thanos part. Let the audience know what happens after that.
Well, they know what happened. Butsy mash. And that's a Hulk.
So basically, Thanos is in there, hits him in the, I don't know what this muscle is.
Shoulder
muscle.
He lost his soul right
and
there.
Then Hulk hits a grunt. And you just knew, you know, he messed up. And Thanos starts boxing him. It looked like it's Tyson beating up Sonny. Not Sonny Listening. That's the wrong fight. Basically, all the Tyson's fights, just pick one of them when he just punishing his victim.
Dang.
And that's what Thanos looks like. He like Tyson in the movie, man.
That's crazy. So after that, you know, Hulk is in the ground, unconscious, and Heimdall, with the energy he got left, you know, activate the Bifrost and send Hulk to air. Right. You know, Thanos say, man, that was a mistake. I don't know why you did that, and we got our first victim in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes.
You see Thor pain, like, man, what? That was his best friend, you know.
Basically. And of course, Thor's talking about, you know, you're gonna die for that. You know, he's angry or whatever. But Thor couldn't do nothing at the time. He was useless there. So basically, Thanos destroys the ship. He has 2 stones. He came in with the Power Stone. He takes the Tesseract.
Whoa, he take the Tesseract, and before it's like after giving the Tesseract, he's talking to the Black Order. All right, children, go to Earth, bring me the Mind Stone, and bring me the Time Stone. And Loki's like, man, y'all need a guy.
Right.
So
y'all know how Loki is.
Yeah. So he tried to persuade Thanos while he's having, you know, the knife. But Thanos, man, he's too smart. He just
Loki tries to stab him in the neck, and of course he stops him with the gauntlet. And
what happened?
That's it. That's it.
That's it for Loki.
You want to do the movement? So Thanos grabs him by the neck and chokes I can't cuss on here. Chokes the living hell out of Loki, like
without even trying, right? Because you don't see like Thanos like
effortlessly, just grabs him and holds him there, and it looked like his veins wants to pop out of his eye. Like Disney allowed Marvel to go there with the visuals, and he like a dead fish in his hand, he's just lifeless, and drops him in front of Thor.
Yeah, like nothing.
The disrespect. So basically, Thor is he's losing everything. Basically, after the Asgardian ship is destroyed,
man, I thought Thor was going to die in that too.
I thought he was dead. But we knew he wasn't going.
Well, exactly.
But we wasn't quite sure. We assumed so. So the Hulk basically is sent to Earth. Mm-hmm. He crashes in the Sanctum. When he scares the living hell out of Doctor Strange and Wong.
But you know, they were acting like, man, we're like, you know, like almost normal, like, right. Man, what's up?
Like it happens all the time.
Yeah, you alright, man?
Yeah.
And then, you know, of course, he just transformed again to Bruce Banner and like, Thanos is coming.
Yeah. And they're like, who? So basically, we assume the Hulk lets them know what's up about Thanos, because then they skip to Iron Man.
Yes.
And he's talking to his newlywed wife.
Yeah,
soon to be
having a son,
having dreams or whatnot. So Doctor Strange does his portal, and he sees Stark, and he talks to Stark, tells him, "Hey, we need you to come here now. The universe is at stake." And who the hell are you again? Hey man, you giving out tickets?
We need you. Who are we?
And Bruce Banner steps out.
Hey Tony.
And gives him a big hug. Like, I miss you. I need you. And any normal person would know if Bruce Banner is afraid, something is seriously wrong, because he has the Hulk. What he has to be afraid of?
Well, at least that's what we thought, that
right.
He have the Hulk, right?
Yes, and that would become someone too. But okay, so they go back to the Sanctum, and they're having a conversation, and Wong is explaining to Iron Man how the Infinity Stones come to be. He starts from the origin. And how does that go, Ralph?
So he's planning like each stone have, a power after the Big Bang. We got the power, space, reality, mind, soul, time. So
6 stones.
So tell me his name again. Thanos, Tony Thanos. You're listening.
And basically, he said they need help, and Stark says that, look, me and Cap not on speaking terms. And you could see the good acting out of Mark Ruffalo, because he's basically telling him, look, I don't care what the beef is. That's just like if you and I beefing.
Thanos is coming.
Thanos
anyway.
Is coming. You need to put that to the side.
Exactly.
Call him. We need everyone we can get. That's basically the Hulk talking inside of him, because the Hulk got smashed. So that's basically what that's about.
While he's debating, like, man, I really have to use this flip phone.
Because remember, he gave him a flip phone at the end. Was that Civil War?
Right. That. So while he's debating, they start, hearing something, and hey, they already here in Earth. We got Ebony Maw and we got Black Dwarf. They start talking.
Talking noise, talking that stuff, talking crap.
Stonekeeper, these are your mascots, or something like.
Stonekeeper, yeah, like you need someone to talk to you, talk for you, basically. And Strange tell him, no, I don't know, you don't want to talk to me.
Damn, man, get out of here.
So it's go time. Strange, Iron Man, Wong versus Black Dwarf and the Ebony Maw. And okay, we're gonna get their powers, of course. So, the Hulk is there too.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce Banner's there.
Bruce Banner, yes.
So the big guy, Black Dwarf, is starting to walk towards them, and Iron Man says, "Look, okay, Hulk, you want to take this?" And Hulk's not doing anything.
Come on, buddy.
Bruce Banner's trying to get him out, trying to bring him out. It's like an old man that's trying to get it on, but he probably needs that pill. Hulk don't want to come out.
Bro, you embarrassed me in front of the Wizards.
Basically. So in other words, the Hulk is scared. He's punking out.
So while they fighting, they got quick to Spider-Man, and he asked his friend to cause a distraction, like, oh man, it's really gonna happen, we're going to die.
And he does it sweetly. So Spider-Man's on his way. Doctor Strange is talking to Banner, look, if your friend is not coming to help, you need to get out of here, you're a liability. So he sends him about a mile back. And of course, Iron Man gets in there and he blows Black Dwarf away. He got some new tech that you kind of see in the trailer, but we haven't seen in the previous films.
That's right.
Nanotech.
Nanotechs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's basically, like nanobites, and it creates the suit. And dude, they're amazing. Well, anyway, after blasting Black Dwarf, you see Ebony Maw's power quick. He gets straight to the business. What is his powers? If you've seen The Last Jedi, he's basically like Supreme Leader Snoke. He can lift up anything, whether it's in the ground, metal, a person. He's a manipulator of matter, of anything that's solid. And dude, He's throwing rocks, cars. He's bringing roots through the ground from trees.
Man, he was doing everything.
He was doing everything, anything that you could imagine.
I have a hard time thinking like who's more powerful, Thanos with all the gems or Ebony Maw.
Right. The way it looked. Yeah. It's
So-
not anything that he couldn't do.
So they end up Spidey trying to rescue Doctor Strange from Ebony Maw. You know, they capture Doctor Strange and bring it to the spaceship. And while the spaceship is going out of space, Iron Man activate the irons in the.
You later on what Titan is.
So while that is happening, the Guardians are responding to the emergency call from the Asgardian ship. And so they go to that scene and they find Thor. Of course, they was wondering how, he was alive in space.
Floating in space, and space is cold. The
It's,
deeper you are.
just like Leia,
Yeah. Well, at least they give a good reason. Thor is a god.
Well, yeah.
So they let him on board. They realize he's alive. And it's funny, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but Thor and Peter Quill basically has a standoff where Peter Quill is jealous because Gamora's feeling on Thor's muscle, and he's trying to imitate Thor.
That's normal, hey. That's normal.
Yeah.
So back on Earth, we got Wanda and Vision, sleeping, having, their relationship. And while they going walking in the streets, they see in the news that Tony Stark is missing, and Vision realize like, well, the Infinity Stone is talking to me. I having problems, so this might be why. And while he's he's just talking to Wanda, that's what happened. That stop.
There's a jump scare out this world. So basically, Vision is getting ready to leave, and Corvus Glaive stabs Vision in the middle of his stomach. And I don't know what's in that blade, that alien tech, but it basically messes Vision up.
Yeah, for the whole movie.
For the whole film. Vision isn't Vision. He's Jin. That's all he is. He's not even up to the Viz part of Jin. He's not. He's helpless. He's helpless for the rest of the film. So Wanda, Scarlet Witch, she kind of sends Corvus Glaive out the way. Well, she tries to, but then Corvus Glaive's partner, wife, whatever, Proxima Midnight gets involved, and she looks well. Hint, hint. DC. That's how you're supposed to make Steppenwolf, but we're not going to get into that.
What? So they just got blown to this train station, and when everybody thought this will be a thought fight for Scarlet Witch, the train passed and you can see a shadow, and
you could just feel it. The beat starts playing.
It's our boy Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers, Captain America, the guy. Oh man, you could just feel it because the music stopped, the theme of the heroes, and Proxima Midnight throws her staff or whatever it is, and he just catches it, and then you know it's go time.
So we see Black Widow, Falcon from the other side, and they just kill the Black Quarter, literally.
You know how if you're a basketball fan, you know how the Spurs run their offense. They don't necessarily need the best players, just confident players that listen. That what kind of offense Cap, Black Widow, and Falcon ran. They just whipped the piss.
Well, it helped when you got a super soldier.
True. And you can tell that they practice with each other. So that was a great scene. They handled business. Actually punked them into leaving. Proxima Midnight was like, y'all won't get that chance next time. So they beam up back to the ship. They take Vision and Wanda out of there, and they're heading home. And we know what home is.
They go back to the Avengers facility, just to, hey, what's the plan? Thanos is coming. What we will do with Vision? Because at this time, Vision is the only stone at Earth, because Doctor Strange went with Tony Stark and Spider-Man with Ebony Maw in the spaceship. So Bruce Banner is like, man, so what if we can just take the stone out? And Natasha, Black Widow, is like, you can do it. He's like, nope. So you see that's Captain America, Steve Rogers, saying like, I know a place and we know what's about to happen. And we can see T'Challa, Wakanda. So he's on
and
his
the
way.
crowd got pumped.
Yeah, that's right. So he was going on his way to give the new arm to the White Wolf,
which is Bucky, the Winter Soldier. If you haven't seen the ending of Black Panther.
That's right.
So basically, Bucky looks at Black Panther and asks him where the war's at. He says it's gonna be here soon.
On his way.
It's on its way.
So while Thor, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot are going to, what was the name? It's Nindabar or something like that. Nida Beller?
Nida Moore, something like that. I'm butchering the name, but basically Thor wants to head there because he wants to get his new weapon, which we found out the name of is called Stormbreaker. And it's only forged by this certain group. It's the people who make the weapons that Thor and people like him would have. They are giant midgets. Right. And we know that's Peter Dinklage. No diss to Peter Dinklage, but he's actually a giant in this film. And that's what's hilarious because we know he's a midget, but it's cool the way they cut it and made it look. This place looks dead. It's supposed to be a beautiful star or dying star, but we see nothing. And of course, we realize that Thanos has been there. And Thanos wrecked shop. It was like 300 of them, and he kills all of them except one. And he basically tells the guy, your life is your own, but your hands is mine. In other words, you're only going to make weapons for me. And we see that he made a special gauntlet for Thanos, one that'll fit him, and that can take all 6 stones.
And control the power.
That's right.
So,
stones. To get more into the meat of it, basically, Thor has to help the guy restart the dying star because he needs that heat or that fire to heat the metal that forms his new Stormbreaker. Should I say that once it heats up and the metal comes down, they're looking for a handle. Can't find a handle, but here comes Groot. Finally puts the game down, and of course he cuts his arm off, and that's Thor's new handle to his new weapon, Stormbreaker. So I thought that was a nice moment. I thought it was a touching moment because Thor really need that. He's lost everyone. Well, he's lost a quite good bit, and this weapon is giving him hope.
So before that, we got the other group of the Guardians, Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Mantis, going to nowhere. You know, because they want to find the reality stone before Thanos. So when they get there, Thanos is already, beating the collector. Tell me where is the reality stone? I know you got it and all that. So they got in a fight with Thanos, and Gamora, like, all of a sudden killed Thanos. And everybody's like,
dang, that easy?
That was quick. So then you can hear Thanos boy like, I know you care for me and all that, and everything disappearing and converting to destruction, and you can feel.
So basically, he was there already and took the reality gem,
and he was just playing with them.
Right.
So he was waiting for Gamora because he know he's looking something for Gamora. So he take Gamora. He go back to the Santorin, I guess, right? To the ship. Yeah, because he's not going to Titan.
Correct.
And tell her, like, I sent you to find the soul gem, the soul stone, and I'm disappointed. And not because you didn't find it, it's because you find it and you don't want to tell me.
Right. And she basically lied to him. And you kind of get a glimpse of their relationship, which is weird at first for me. But you're realizing that it's a real dad and daughter relationship. He hint to it in Guardians Volume 1 that was his favorite daughter, but I didn't take it as seriously. And they actually live up to that, because in this movie they go back and forth and you see the emotional feelings between the two.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically you get the backstory. He took Gamora when she was young and slaughtered her people, well, at least half of them. And he's been basically having her hostage since then, calling her his daughter, and you know, making her into a killing weapon, a killing machine. And she kind of knows that he cares, but she know that he's insane. So you get that little story, you get that little vibe throughout the film, in and out in different parts.
Sally, so how Thanos can, you know, get that secret? He got Nebula. He's torturing Nebula,
Gamora's sister,
and Gamora is like, I swear by my life that I don't know, you know, and
lied again.
No, Nebula in his hard disk. I guess you got a video of Gamora saying, "I burned the map to the soldier. I'm the only one who know how to get there." So Thanos keep torturing Nebula until, you know, Gamora tell him where is the soldier, and
Correct.
Thanos say, "Take me there."
Right. Okay, so we get to this planet where the Soul Stone is being kept, and we meet this entity, this floating black figure. And my first reaction was, okay, this is the representation of death. That's how I viewed it. Can't speak for FITO or anyone else, but that's how I viewed it. So the figure is talking to Thanos, talking about, if you come here, you have to pay a serious price.
Thanos say, I'm willing to do it.
I came prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So as this figure is floating and descends down, we get a real good look at the face, and that is
Mr. Red Skull.
Red Skull. Someone who we only seen one time, and that was in the first Avenger, Captain America, the first Avenger. And we're like, wow.
That's right. So from I don't remember right now the timeline of the first Avenger, Captain America, but since then he have been in that place to be the Soul Stone keeper, because he can love no one, and that's his destiny right now. Just be the keeper of the Soul Stone. That's pretty sad.
Because we knew, the Red Skull did not love anyone.
Exactly. So
he was basically stuck there to guide other people who were looking for a stone. So okay.
So they get to the top. What happened?
So basically, he's told Thanos this: in order for you to get the Soul Stone, you need to exchange the thing that you love the most, or something that you really love. And Gamora's laughing at him.
A soul for a soul.
So in her head, he loves nothing. She think he is heartless, and I don't blame her for thinking that way, because he's willing to kill anyone or anything. But they switch to Thanos, and you see a tear or two coming down his eye, and along with her and us as the audience, we're like, well, why is he crying? And little do we know, he has feelings for Gamora. He loves her, and he's really starting to pour down, and he explains to her, that he felt he has failed one time before, and he doesn't want to. But before that, I skipped a part. She asked him, why does he cry? Why is he crying? And basically Red Skull's like, those tears aren't for him. They're, without saying anything, they're for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of shocks her, because she basically said, this isn't love.
Mm-hmm.
What you call love, I don't view as love. But he really did love her, as in a weird, crazy way, but he loved Gamora. But he wasn't going to let that stop him.
That's right.
After that, he grabs her hand, down the cliff she goes, in slow motion. And I'm in that heart pound like, no.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh man, I know you're laughing, but that part got me, man.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
blood.
And then that soundtrack that they put, oh man, that was
perfect.
That was hard.
So he basically retrieves the Soul Stone and is on to the next thing. He's collecting them. After he kills Gamora, I said to myself in my head, he don't give a damn anymore. Anyone could go.
If you kill, what you most love,
Yeah.
killing now is easy.
It's easy. It's easy.
So he wakes up, on the ground because they just went to the top of a mountain, and he got the soul gem. Like, he just put it, and now back to Titan. He's going back to Titan, and in Titan, Doctor Strange, Spidey, Star-Lord, Mantis, Drax are waiting for him. They got this plan, to get Thanos' attention and beat him, if you can say that, right?
And by the way, I think Doctor Strange was looking in the future to try to see how many options does he have. They have, and correct me if I'm wrong here, 16 million.
14,605.
14,605, and they only win one. I don't like those odds at all.
I think it's 50-50.
I'll throw them cards back in.
I think I leave the table.
You're right.
I think I'm out.
Right. So Thanos appears.
That's right. Yes.
And obviously they had time to talk. You have Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Peter Quill, Drax the Destroyer, and Mantis there. And basically they're hiding. Doctor Strange is the only one that's showing himself. And Thanos says, well, I assume that the Maw is dead. Mm-hmm. And he as Strange shakes his head, yes. And Thanos kind of sighs. And I like what they did CGI with Thanos, man, because he looks so real, man. All the emotions. Well, anyway, he sighs and says this day has been a heavy toll on him because he's losing his crew. He lost his daughter. But he has made an oath to himself that nothing will stop him from getting these stones.
But he also said Ebony Maw, was successful on his mission. He brought the time stone to Titan.
He did.
So, at that point, Thanos already had 4. Remember that he got the space jam, the space stone, power, reality, and soul now. So he only need 2 more. 2.
And just like that. So, Strange gets up. He does his little spell thing. Got his shield up. And he's basically distracting him. Iron Man is coming vertically from the sky and throws a big piece of that ship on Thanos. And then he calls Quill out. It's his turn. And Quill said, yeah, all you did was piss him off. And you see Thanos activates the Power Stone. And all the debris just goes up in the air. And the fight is on.
So, that was a cool combination of everybody, teamwork, and the goal was just to hold Thanos. I guess both arm, legs, because Drax was holding his legs too, just to try to keep,
keep him still, keep him in check. Spider-Man had an arm. Peter Quill had put the little machine Peter Quill does to suck stuff up on the right hand as well. Iron Man had the gauntlet hand, and Mantis had jumped on top of Thanos' head to try to put him to sleep. Thanos wasn't going to sleep.
It was 50-50.
He was fighting it.
He was 80% asleep.
And she says, y'all must hurry up. He is hella strong. And if you remember in Guardians Volume 2, she put a Celestial to sleep. So I'm just trying to give you an idea how strong Thanos is mentally, not just physically.
So exactly at that point, Spidey and Iron Man are almost right there to take out that gauntlet, while Star-Lord is trying to get answers from Thanos, like, tell me what you did with Gamora.
Right.
And Nebula is like, well, he got the soul gem, so she's not here. And he was like, man, tell me. He's like,
and the crowd is getting a feeling like someone's about to screw this plan up.
Yeah, he said, I have to do it. So he started hitting Thanos in the face.
And he knocks Mantis off of Thanos' head. So he's back conscious fully now. And that was a wrap. Yep. Spider-Man was this close from pulling that gauntlet off.
Actually was out because he had to grab it again and then, put it.
And then that was it. He started busting tail.
After that, Iron Man and Doctor Strange have their, solo duels against Thanos. Pretty legit,
And they did well.
But it's too much.
Right.
Entity with 4 gems. Right. It's too much.
A Titan with 4 gems. Dude, like, without the stones, Thanos is a very formidable, powerful villain. But with the stones, and he shows he has intelligence. He's very smart. They just couldn't get him. They couldn't get the best of him. And he basically defeats them all. And there's a scary moment where Iron Man's the last guy standing. Strange did his thing. Spider-Man did what he could. Quill is out. Drax the Destroyer is out. Iron Man is throwing everything. Every move that you could think of. And the nanites are basically dying, trying to keep Stark alive.
Please no.
So his last move, the nanos form a knife or sword shape on his right hand, and Thanos catches it and breaks it and basically stabs Iron Man in the torso.
And everybody was like,
it's over with. It's over with for Iron Man. But Mr. Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange, tells Thanos to stop. He was about to give the dying blow with the gauntlet and said, look, I will give you the time stone if you spare his life. And you could see Tony Stark just looking at Doctor Strange like, don't do this. I'll die, but as long as he don't get these stones. Well, Strange gave up the stone anyway.
What's the best thing?
And he leaves them. On to the next thing.
Cool.
And Strange basically tells Iron Man and the rest of the group that was the only way.
So while that was happening, you got the other group in Wakanda already. Preparing and trying to get Shuri to take that stone out of Vision's head. But she said, she will need time, a long time.
And time is something that they don't have.
No, not right now.
Right.
So when she said, I need time, we got like 7 chips hitting the shield in Wakanda. Like, man, no, there's no time.
Right. So that's approximate midnight in Corvus Glaive and Black Dwarf. They send in their minions. What are these animal creatures called?
I don't know. But they ugly. And they got a lot of arms.
They got 4 arms, sharp teeth. I don't think they brush, Listerine, nothing. They look like they bite you and you get a rash.
So that fight was great when Black Panther go in front of the army with Cap, and they just Wakanda forever, and they start running, open the shields, and Black Panther and Cap, they go running fast. You can
get in front of the group and you feel it. It's like, dude, they fast as hell.
This is the moment. This is the moment. Start fighting, and it's crazy.
And Captain Black Panther throw the first blows, and it's on. Of course, everyone is losing people on both sides, but your main heroes are holding it down. They're taking care of business. War Machine pops up doing this thing. Falcon's doing this thing, popping up. Then they send some machines in to try to draw Scarlet Witch out. Yeah. They draw her out. Corvus Glaive is being sneaky, and he sneaks in to try to kill Vision to take the stone. Well, Shuri does her best, but of course she doesn't have any power. He knocks her out the way, and the guards. Vision gets off the table, and he's basically still have the stone. So that plan went to the trash can.
That's right.
They're fighting. They realize that Vision is in trouble, so now the fight has to go towards Vision. But they're having their problems of their own as well. because there's so many of the Outriders is what they call them. That there's too many of them, and eventually the God of Thunder
yes
makes his debut.
entrance, yeah, the entrance.
The entrance to the rest of the crew, and his new weapon is amazing. It's like that hammer, but times 20.
It's a hammer with an axe with times 20 with,
And it could do
what? Hit nails?
no. What Heimdall can
Oh,
do.
the Bifrost.
It could create the Bifrost.
The Bifrost.
Yes. So that's a hammer I would like to have if I could get some of that quick. But anyway, Thor comes in the right time and he basically just wrecks shop to the Outriders.
So in the middle of all that, where Corvus is attacking Vision, you know, Cap goes to try to rescue him. He's fighting Corvus, while Corvus give his back to Vision. Vision just stab Corvus and finally do something in the movie.
Right.
And after that, you know, they can feel a presence, like something is coming. Everybody
and not
knows.
anything a powerful something.
Then you see the portal through the space gym. Is Thanos. You got that beautiful shot of Thanos and the nature of Wakanda.
Right.
You know, that CG compared with real life stuff. Like,
Looks
man,
beautiful,
that
man.
shot was beautiful.
Shout out to the Russo brothers, man.
Then they have that soundtrack. That's great soundtrack, and he start going at it.
And he goes through every Avenger that's on Earth one by
One by one, walking without any effort.
And just left, right, behind him. You know, they can't do anything. But I want to note out, Captain America has a little moment. It's not much of a moment, but it's a little something. Thanos throws his hand out there to grab him. And y'all kind of see it in the trailer a little bit, but basically Captain America holds him off for at least a good 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And then he gets knocked to the ground immediately.
So while Thanos is walking, you know, towards Vision to get the stone, he's with Scarlet Witch, and Vision is like, "Hey, this is the time. I know it's not fair, but you have to do it. You have the power to destroy the stone. You probably will kill me, but you will, you know."
We can't let Thanos get this stone.
Exactly. So she's, you know, having
she's crying. It's emotional. This is the part of the film where everything slows down.
Yeah.
The sad song, and she's kind of trying to do her little powers to, you know, destroy the stone, which she gets successful at.
Exactly, yeah. She killed Thanos. Thanos is like, you don't see any expression on Thanos. It's like, I understand, child. But, you know,
we're out of time.
Yeah, and time is something he can control now.
Right.
So, come back, Vision.
So basically, they kill Vision. Well, Scarlet Witch kills Vision. Thanos said, "You know what? I'm gonna take this time stone and put it to use." And he basically turns his hand back, and Vision goes back to the state right before he died.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what this cocky son of a gun does? Grabs Vision, takes them 2 big Frank ballpark fingers, puts it in his forehead, squeeze, and takes the stone out. And Vision turns gray. He's dead.
And he's dead
a corpse again. And then throws the body. Poor Vision.
Like, Vision was awful in this movie, man.
Vision didn't have no love for Vision.
No love for Vision, man. Not even because he got Infinity Stone.
No love. That's just where the script goes sometimes.
I bet Ultron could have done better, man.
Right. I would have to say, I thought Vision would have had a more prominent role. Well, he did have a role. His role was to be the guy that's helpless. That was his role for this film.
Dang.
And basically, Thanos gets all stones.
So Thanos achieved his goal.
He goes Ultra Instinct.
So while he is going Ultra Instinct, You can see Thor with his Stormbreaker. Thanos throw that beam towards
With
Thanos.
all 6 stones.
But that Stormbreaker, hey, it's a Thanos killer weapon.
It's a Titan killer.
So he hit Thanos.
He hits Thanos
Right in the chest.
Right in the chest. And Thor comes down and says, I told you you were gonna die for that.
So,
And he sticks the axe, whatever the axe hammer, whatever it is, the Stormbreaker, deeper into his torso. And you could tell that Thanos is feeling the pain.
oh yeah.
He's grunting, he's groaning, and he's trying. He takes a full minute, but he's trying to say something. What he says, Ralph?
Should have gone for the head.
Should have gone for the head. And just like that, half of the universe is now gone. And man, that from there on to the, it was very touching.
So after that, they come back to Thanos. The gauntlet looked like almost destroyed. Like, you know, he used all that power, and he just feels something. He just used the space gem, and you know, disappear. And Cap, Thor, they are like, man, what happened? Like, because they can feel something is different.
Right. Something has changed drastically. And who's the first to go?
So you got
Bucky.
You got Bucky.
He calls out
in
Cap,
ashes,
and his body disintegrates to ashes. And us, the audience, know that he's done it. With the snap of his finger, he has killed half of life, or killing half of life in the universe.
Then after Bucky, they show some people from Wakanda going to ashes too. After the people in Wakanda, they go to T'Challa, and Black Panther died too.
And the way they did it, man, he was running to Okoye, and you thought Okoye is about to go, but no, it's his body that's deteriorating the ash. Then they take away Groot. Oh, I didn't want Groot to go.
Man, you see Rocket like
dismantled mentally. Then Scarlet Witch
then
leaves.
you go Scarlet Witch,
and you still see Vision's dead corpse there.
exactly, yeah. And then you see Falcon, you know.
Oh, Falcon's out of here.
Falcon didn't even have a chance to get up, and he was like already dying.
Then from that emotional moment, they skipped to Titan.
Let's skip to Titan.
And this is what hit me the hardest, because I didn't think these guys were going.
So, you know, you got Mantis. It's like, something is happening. Disappear. Drax like, I don't want to go.
Drax called
Quill.
And he just basically goes. Then Quill looks at Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Iron Man tries to tell him, stay steady. And Quill's like, oh, man. And he's gone.
He's gone.
And then this one hits me hard, man.
Well, not yet. You got Doctor Strange said, you know, this was the only way. And he disappeared, man. Like
Strange. I didn't think Strange was gone. Strange disappears.
Damn.
Then after that, Peter Parker looks at Iron Man and says, I don't feel so well. The whole audience is looking like, no, not the kid. Not the kid. And he basically throws himself, and it's so real because, you know, if you think about Peter and his age in this film, he's not a man. He's not fully grown. He hasn't experienced all the finer things in life, and he's basically he's gone away. He's deteriorating. He's turning to ash, and he tells Tony, "I don't want to go." He's basically scared, like any other teenager would any other child or kid would be. And Tony's just trying to hold him, and he, you know, Peter drops to the ground, and he just looks at him and said, "I'm sorry." In other words, I'm sorry that we weren't successful. And Peter's gone.
So they just come back to Wakanda again. Captain America is like, I don't know. And they go back to this place, you know, beautiful place with all green grass and all that. You see Thanos, looking to the to the sunset, I guess,
Yeah.
or something. He just
Since
relaxed.
Thanos was successful.
He just relaxed. He just updated it.
But no, he lost everything. That was the price he had to pay. He lost his crew, lost his daughter, but it seemed like he was happy. So that's basically the end of the film. It's a great film. Dude, there's so many Easter eggs and so many touching scenes. You have to see it. We're just giving you a quick go through of how we see it, how we have it in our head at this moment. So of course, every Marvel film has a post-credit scene. You go through the credits and all that. And there's only one in this film. And Ralph, you want to finish it?
So we got Nick Fury and Maria Hill, I guess, right? Driving, they got in a crash. They go to see the car to see, hey, what happened? But no, nobody's there.
And he calls out control.
That's right. They see a helicopter, crash into a building. Maria Hill started disappearing, like, oh shit.
And at that moment, he knows something isn't right. This is world changing.
Well, you see somebody disappearing.
Yes, he know that someone has won, and it ain't the good side. So immediately he
go back to the car and he look for a device, and
it looks like an old, it's called those things.
What, like a beeper?
A beeper or something, or a sidekick. It looked like something from the early 2000s or the late 90s, and he presses a button.
Yeah, he pressed a button. He's sending a signal. He start disappearing. And what he said before this,
mother, he's gone. And we're wondering, the audience, like, what is he sending a signal to?
Exactly. We see the symbol for Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
That's it. So she's coming.
She's coming.
She's coming.
So it leaves us thinking, okay, she's coming. Where she's coming from, we don't know. We have theories. We're gonna make a video on that. But obviously this isn't the end. And this is a film that it could end like this, but of course we can't let the bad guys win. So Avengers 4 next year, same month.
That's right. 1 year. 1 year until all this.
This was our second movie review that we've ever done.
Yes. Well, no, that's like the third one.
Third one. So this is our longest one as well.
Actually, it's like the fourth one. Yes.
And for this one, we feel very close to, because we've been Marvel fans from day one, and we assume that if you're watching this, you've seen the film, and if you've seen it, we love it. You tell us how y'all feel about it. Moments of the film that touch you. Any moments that we have forgotten. It's a long film, so we couldn't get in every single second, but I'm pretty sure we touched up all the most important parts.
We touched the whole movie.
Yeah, so let us know what you like, any ideas of what may come in the future Marvel films. Do you think these characters are going to come back? Do you think they're gone for dead? Give us the theories, man. Hit the like button, comment, talk to us. We talk back. Make sure you share on your social media sites. We will tag links to the channel, to our personal channels. Dude, how many times have we seen this film?
3 times and counting.
3 times and counting. The movie is awesome. Oh, I want to say I started off. FITO gave you his number in the non-spoiler review, and I couldn't give you because I was flip-flopping through some moments. Of course, like for most people, what FITO get in one shot, I had to see it a few more times. And I was undermining some scenes that I forgot on the ride back home from the first viewing. And dude, there's too many gems in this film. I was going to give it an 8.5, which is a good score. Which is a good score. But man, I have to give it a 9 out of 10. There's too many moments in this film that's touching.
And actually, I was thinking to give it a 9.5, but we will be making more videos because we of course no movie is perfect. We of course the movie have some flaw that we will discuss in another video this during this week. But I think I will stay steady with the 9 out of 10.
And I've moved to
those flaws.
And I moved to 8.5 to a 9, and I'm happy with my pick after seeing it 3 times. So we have more than enough viewings, and we're not going to end there. We're probably going to see it maybe 1 or 2 more times. We may show Homer some love.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, man, I'm glad y'all sticking with us and y'all watch the video. Be looking out for more of Triple T. We're going to be doing more reactions. Oh, we're going to have a lot coming up. The month of May, June, and July has a lot of films coming up. I'm going to give you a quick run through because we got to end the video. Solo, Mission Impossible Fallout, Incredibles 2. Help me out here. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Dude, there's like 7 films. I've seen the posters that we saw in the theater. Deadpool. There's like 5 to 7 films coming out this summer. We most definitely will be doing trailer reactions, movie reviews, non-spoiler and spoiler reviews. Coming soon, people.
So Triple T, tell the truth. Shawn Castro. Dr. Shawn Castro. FITO.
We love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for spending time with Triple T Tell the Truth videos. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you. Till next time.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my